Today we're live here, Pam here, to review another product this week. This week we're going to be talking about the HeyDo Smart Cup, which is right here. Now this is a very unique product, something that's really cool. First off, let's talk a little bit about just what it is, and then we'll take a look at what comes in the box. So the HeyDo Smart Cup is just what you might think from the title. It's a smart cup that has this awesome LED screen on it, lid, that tracks your drinking habits. So if you're someone who's really concerned about how much water you're drinking, and how often you drink every day and how many milliliters, and you really want to keep track of all of that, this is definitely something that could be super helpful. So it's obviously this white cup. It kind of looks like a thermos. It comes with this lid, which is magnetic, and it helps to keep it sealed pretty tight. It holds 300 milliliters, which is, and it's actually beeping because it's telling me that the lid is loose. And it comes with 300 milliliter capacity, which is a little over about a little shy of a cup and a half, just about. So it doesn't hold too much liquid, but as you can imagine, it's because there's a lot of engineering that goes into this design, and there's a lot of technical electronics in here that are helping to make sure that you are aware of how much you're drinking, how often, what it means. It can do all sorts of really cool things. For example, you can see here that inside the cup there's two small metal discs, if you can see those, and that's essentially how it's able to measure how much you've had to drink. So if you put water in here and you take a sip, the display will let you know how many milliliters you've drank, and it'll start adding that up throughout the entire day. And let's take a look at how the display works. So I'll put the lid back on. All right, and so it all functions by touch. So whenever you grab the cup, it essentially knows that you're touching it and will display certain information. So the first touch here will tell you the time. The next display here will tell you, see for example here, it says the time again in the battery. Touch again, it'll tell you the purity of your water. So it's measuring parts per million, the contamination level of your water. If, for example, you're drinking tap water and maybe the tap water isn't the best in your area, so it's letting you know how pure your water is that you're drinking. It also lets you know here the temperature of your water in Celsius. So also, if you put boiling water in here, if you're somebody who likes to drink just plain hot water, it will let you know that the water is too hot to drink. So it will alert you so that you don't burn your mouth, that your water isn't quite ready for you to drink. And the last piece of information that the display has is the amount of water that you're drinking. So here, let me toggle over there, and it says that today I have had 580 milliliters of water. So it's really cool because it does let you know as the day goes on how much water you're drinking, and if you know, okay, I should be drinking about 3,000 milliliters per day, okay, I've had 500, I have to have the same amount times, whatever. It's really cool so that you make sure that you're on top of it and keeping track of your water intake. Since I know most of us, since we were kids, have been told that you have to have 8 cups of water a day, every day, and water is super important to everything, your health, sleep, your digestive system, all sorts of things. So just being hydrated is super important for your well-being. So let's take a look at what else it does in terms of the app. So it comes with a companion app that is for iOS and Android. So let's take a look. And the app, as you can imagine, kind of comes with the same information as the cup. So here it's tracking my water intake. So it's telling me that I've had 580 milliliters of water today. It's telling me all the same information that the cup has here at the bottom. But something really cool that it has is it will let me know over time how much water I've had. So here it's looking at my day, and it has put a fun little graph there of how much water I've had today. So it didn't have a whole lot of water until probably the last 10 or so minutes. And if I look at the month, because I've been using this cup for about 3 days, on and off, it lets me know about how much water I've had over the past few days. So it's really cool if you use it for a prolonged period of time. You can track your water intake, and you can kind of take a look at days where you didn't have as much water, where you had more, etc., etc. Also, another really cool feature is, of course, you can set reminders. So like I said, if you're someone who you know you don't get enough water a day and you really want to be better at it, you can have the cup actually remind you every hour at a certain time during the day, hey, have some more water, you haven't had a whole lot. And the cup also has a goal that you can set. So for example, here in your tracking settings, you can actually let it know, like you can let it know if you're male, female, height, weight, all of that, and it will recommend a certain amount of water for you to have every day. So for me, it recommended, I cleared all of this, but before it was recommending, I believe, about 2,800 milliliters a day. And according to my weight, height, and all of my health specifications. But if you're someone who just really wants to have more water a day, you can set it to whatever you want. And also a really cool thing that, you know, since it's empty, it's reading 0, but you can actually track how much, or you can see how strong your coffee is. So if you're somebody who drinks a whole lot of coffee and you aren't necessarily privy to the strength and how much caffeine is in it, and how much coffee you're drinking, you can put it in this cup and it will let you know, like, hey, you're drinking really, really strong coffee, or which might mean that, okay, if I'm drinking really strong coffee, maybe I'll only have 1. If I'm drinking coffee that's a little bit weaker, maybe I'll have 2. So that's also a really cool feature. So basically, the HeyDo cup is awesome if you're somebody who really wants to be better about drinking water. It comes with, now let's take a look at what it comes with. The charging device, I think, is what's one of the best features. It comes in this little box, and if you work in an office near a computer, for example, this is going to be really, really cool. It's basically a wireless charging coaster, essentially. You plug this end into, or you plug a micro USB into this end. The other end has a USB port, so you can plug it into a computer or an outlet if you want. And essentially, the cup just sits right on top, and it lights up when it's charging. So for me, I've been using it for the past couple days. It was really nice because I would hook it up to my computer, sit at my desk, and just place it down on the coaster and be drinking out of that while it's charging, which is really awesome. And the battery actually lasts quite a long time. Once it's fully charged, it'll last, I think I was using it for 2 days straight, and it still had 1 out of 3 bars of battery, which is really, really ideal because you don't want to have to be charging it all the time. And lastly, one last feature that it has that I didn't test, but that I know it's capable of doing, is it is capable of going into a high security mode. So if you leave your cup out somewhere where you don't necessarily know everyone, or whatever situation you might be in, it will alert you if the lid has been opened, and it will also let you know if you walk away with the phone that it is paired to and somebody opens it, it'll alert you that, hey, you don't seem to be close to where your cup is and you're opening it. And it will also let you know if there is anything in your cup other than water. So if somebody puts anything in your cup that's not water, it will let you know and be like, yo, there's something that's not water in your cup, maybe you should check it out, or maybe you should clean out your cup and get new water. So it's really awesome. It has all sorts of sensors in order to be able to give you as much information as possible. It's a really good deal. It's still going to be live on the site for a little bit longer, so if you want to learn more, check out the link. It's in the description of the video, and I'll post it in the comments afterwards. Thanks so much. Thanks for listening.